This is your fourth time solo at Whitby Goth Weekend, and you've also played with the Mission before. What's your favourite memories from the festival?
Well, it's always, how can I say, a feast for the eyes, Whitby, because there's a congregation of like-minded people in a northern seaside town, which is always a bit bizarre when you drive in and you see all the people walking around dressed up, making the effort, unlike me. But I mean, it's always a fun show to play. I mean, it's sometimes a little more difficult playing it solo because it's the solo show's a little more intimate than the band show. But every time it's been. I mean, I've got no bad memories.
What's it like working in the industry now compared to say 30 years ago? Does it get easier with experience?
I don't really consider that I work in the industry anymore. I think I'm really out on the peripheral now. I mean, when we started, obviously we had a major label looking after us, and records were being released all over the world, and we were touring all over the world, and it was a fun ride. But now I think we're a lot more of I can say, maybe a cottage industry. We're a lot more independent now. We do things when we want to do them in a way that we want to do them. I think it's probably a lot harder for new bands now than maybe it was 30 years ago. I think the whole the nature of selling music has become a very difficult thing to navigate. Certainly for new bands. I mean, obviously you've got things like YouTube and Facebook and the rest of it, but what that also means is that there is a lot more choice for people, So I think I mean, we're lucky. We're one of the lucky ones, We started at a time when the industry was quite buoyant, but I think obviously with the advent of the internet and piracy and the rest of it, and MP3 downloads and all that, I think it's really shifted the goalposts for musicians and artists. The record labels still make money, but the band's less so.
What's the key to remaining in a successful band like the Mission for so long?
I don't know if there is really. I mean, we do what we do, and we hope we enjoy it for the most part. There are days when you think, I would rather be at home, lying in my hammock in the sunshine. But I think really it's a case of enjoying what you do and being true to what you want to do. I think audiences recognize when something's contrived. I think a lot of people do a discredit to their audiences because I think they insult their intelligence. But I think with us, I think it's always. I mean, maybe in the earlier days we played the game a lot more, but I think certainly in the last 10, 15 years, I think the people that still like the Mission and follow us around recognize an integrity that we have with what we do.
Finally, do you have anything forthcoming you'd like to talk about? Any tours, new albums or anything?
Well, I'm on tour at the moment. This is the second from last show. Tomorrow is the last night in Sheffield. I released a limited edition 7-inch vinyl last week as part of Record Store Day. The Mission are working on a new album, which we hope to have ready and released in time for our world tour in October. So it starts in October. We're playing here in November. And it's a busy year, but then better to be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.